Hey everybody, and welcome back to Exploring Temecula. Today we are going to be going over North versus South Temecula. If you aren't familiar with our channel, we talk about all things Temecula. So from the wineries, local events, the housing market, best bars, restaurants, all of that kind of stuff. So with this video today, we're going to be specifically looking at the differences between North and South Temecula, and there are a lot of differences. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video and you get a lot out of it. As always, please be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this video, and please be aware we do now have a free home search. It's located in the description of all of our videos, so check that out if you'd like, and we will go ahead and get into the video. So the first thing I want to talk about is going to be commuting. Of course, if you commute to work every morning, then location is everything for you. So South Temecula is going to be the most southern tip of Riverside County. So if you're commuting up into Riverside, I don't recommend South Temecula. But if you are commuting down into San Diego, that's basically as close as you can get to San Diego County. And you would want to stay somewhere near the 15 freeway, because really the 15 freeway is our lifeblood here in Temecula. That's how we'll get basically everywhere else, whether it be Riverside or San Diego. That is our freeway. If you are commuting to Riverside County or anywhere northern, North Temecula, of course, is going to be the obvious option. Again, I just want to stress, stay as close as you can to the 15 freeway. We do have two major highways that'll get you onto the 15 freeway, Temecula Parkway, as well as Winchester Road. A few other ones, but those are going to be our main ones that will take you directly to the 15, and they do end up getting a little bit congested in the morning. So during those rush hour times, anywhere from 6:30 to maybe 8 in the morning, and then about 4 to 6:30 at night, you will see quite a bit of traffic there. So keep that in mind. Try and stay as close to the freeway as you can if you are a commuter. And the next thing you may want to consider is bars, restaurants, nightlife, all of that kind of good stuff. Temecula has tons to offer in the way of nightlife, bars, restaurants, events, but North Temecula does have quite a bit more options, not only because there's just more in that region, but you're also closer to the Murrieta border. So you not only have access to all of the bars and restaurants in Temecula, but you also have access to cross over and go into Murrieta in 5-10 minutes and have all of the restaurants and bars there as well. South Temecula does still have quite a bit of bars and restaurants, but there isn't big malls, big centers where they have all of these restaurants all in one convenient place. They're kind of more sporadic in South Temecula, and it is just a much quieter area because, like I said, it's the most southern tip of Riverside County. There's not a whole lot going on south of the Temecula border, so there isn't as much built up there. Now, there is a casino located in South Temecula, and that is an awesome thing to have down there. Like I said, because there isn't as many restaurants or, big shopping centers that have a ton of restaurants, the casino kind of gives you that in a way. The casino has tons of different restaurants, a couple of really great ones. Journey's End is one of my favorites. They also have a lot of different events. They'll have comedy clubs, different singers or bands will come in and do performances every now and then. So that kind of gives you a lot more access. And really, living in South Temecula, you're not going to be too far from North Temecula. It maybe takes you about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on where you are, to get up to the Promenade Mall, which is a big center for restaurants, bars, shopping, all of that in Temecula. So you're not too far, but as far as what's right around you, I would say Pechanga is going to be the best for bars, restaurants, and nightlife. And another big thing to consider, of course, is housing cost. So when it comes to housing and costs, really Temecula is kind of all over the board there. You can find 1.5 million homes sporadically throughout the city. You can also find $500,000 homes sporadically throughout the city. But I would say on average, the homes located in South Temecula are going to be on the pricier side. This is just a really sought after area. A lot of the people that live there are looking for more of a luxury lifestyle, beautiful views, nicer homes, and a very quiet environment, which is what you get in South Temecula. It is a very quiet and beautiful place to live. So the homes, not to say you can't find a $500,000, $600,000 home, but I would say on average, the homes are going to be more in the $700,000, $800,000, $900,000 range. Of course, going up as high as you really want. But really around that, I would say $750,000 to about $1 million. If you're looking for a nice home and in a nice neighborhood, that's kind of what you're going to be looking at. Now for North Temecula, you can definitely find a lot more homes in that mid-price range, around $550,000 to $650,000. There's just a more of an abundance of that priced home in North Temecula. Of course, like I said, you could go all the way up to $2-3 million. You can definitely find those types of homes anywhere in Temecula. But for those of us that are just looking for that mid-price, mid-range home, I would say there's more options for you in North Temecula. If you are looking for housing where you don't have to pay an association fee, there's definitely more of that in North Temecula than South Temecula, because South Temecula is more sought after, beautiful, luxurious homes. A lot of the communities down there do have an HOA fee. You can still find a couple, like Colina Vista being one of them, that doesn't have an HOA fee. However, I would say there's more of those types of communities in North Temecula. So if that's important to you, that's something to think about. Something else that's very important is going to be the schools. Of course, a lot of people with school-age children want to know how the schools are that are nearby. Really, any of the schools in Temecula Unified School District get very, very high ratings. That's one of the reasons that a lot of people with school-age children move to this city, is because these are some of the most highest rated schools in the state. So if you're looking for the highest of the high, that's going to be South Temecula. Great Oaks High School is rated a 10 out of 10 on Great Schools, which is obviously pretty high. And so that's going to be the best of the best if you're looking for that. But in North Temecula, we have Chaparral High School. That's got a 9 out of 10. So again, very, very high rating. I would say really, of course, you want to factor that in if that's important to your move, but anywhere in Temecula, you're going to be safe with the schools. They all have really great ratings, all the way from the high school down to elementaries, so you should not really run into many issues there. The last thing I want to talk about is going to be outdoor and recreational activities. Temecula is great for outdoor activities, whether you just want something simple, hanging out at a winery, taking a few walks through the vineyards, definitely have that kind of stuff. But there's also quite a bit of hiking around Temecula. If you cross over the 15 freeway just to the west of us, is a ton of hiking. In the Santa Rosa Plateau, there is, I want to say, over 25 different trails. So that's an amazing, amazing thing to have nearby, but it is about 25 minutes away from whether you're in North or South Temecula. It'll be a little bit of a drive. South Temecula, though, because there isn't a whole lot of city life going on south of Temecula, there's quite a bit more hiking trails around the South Temecula area. So if you are looking for hiking and that kind of stuff, I would say South Temecula is a bit better. But on average, you're going to be within about 20 minutes to 40 minutes to a really, really good hiking trail, no matter where you are in Temecula. And we have tons of smaller walking trails throughout a lot of the communities. They have their own designated walking trails, but really you can use tons of trails all around the city. One of my favorites is walking trail around Harveston Lake, which, don't get me wrong, it's very easy. I understand for those of you who have been there, it's a really easy walking trail, but it's so pretty and so nice. And not living close to water or that close to water, can get to some of us. So having access to a small lake that's quaint and beautiful and you can see the ducks is just awesome. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that this gave you a lot to consider. If you do have any other questions about Temecula or the surrounding area, please feel free to reach out. I'd be more than happy to help you out. And like always, please subscribe and like this video if you did enjoy it, and we'll see you next time on Exploring Temecula.